If you're only tracking the SEC case, you are going to get absolutely blindsided. The real story isn't happening in the US, and ignoring the global intelligence in this explainer is going to directly and negatively impact your portfolio.
Look, the US market is completely distracted by all the regulatory drama, but that's just a smokescreen. While everyone is looking one way, Ripple is running a multi-front global campaign that is literally reshaping international finance as we speak. What you're about to see isn't just speculation, this is the documented blueprint.
So what is this number? $130 billion. No, that's not Ripple's market cap. It's not some wild price prediction. This is the twist. This is the key piece of the puzzle that the entire mainstream narrative is missing. That's the asset size of Riyad Bank, a Saudi financial behemoth that is building its entire future on Ripple's tech. By the end of this explainer, you will understand the complete blueprint Ripple is executing for global domination, and it all starts with one of the most powerful economies in the G20. All right, let's get into it. First up, the Middle East front. Now, this isn't just about opening up another payment corridor. No way. Ripple has forged a deep, strategic partnership with Riyad Bank's innovation arm, a group called Geo Movement, and in doing so, they've planted their flag right inside a financial titan.
And this is where you start to see the sheer scale of this play. This partnership, it isn't some side project. It's a core piece of Saudi Vision 2030. That's the kingdom's multi-trillion-dollar plan to completely rewire its economy and move beyond oil. Ripple is being woven into the very fabric of a nation's economic destiny.
At the heart of that vision is one huge, audacious goal. Saudi Arabia has mandated that 70% of all transactions must be non-cash by 2030. Think about that. That is a colossal digital transformation. And how are they going to pull it off? They are positioning Ripple's technology as the foundation to make it happen.
So here's the bottom line. Ripple is moving way beyond just being a tool for cross-border payments. It is embedding itself into the core financial infrastructure of an entire G20 nation. We're talking digital asset custody, blockchain-enabled services, the whole shebang. It's becoming an indispensable part of their national financial strategy.
Okay, let's pivot to the second front and see how this all connects. A global campaign needs a powerful engine, right? Well, while they were planting flags in the Middle East, Ripple was also busy assembling a financial arsenal, and its brand new stablecoin, RLUSD, is the main weapon.
Just look at the insane momentum from January 2026 alone. Boom, an acquisition to automate all the messy regulatory reporting. Boom, full operational licenses across the UK and the EU. We'll come back to that one. And boom, a massive stablecoin listing and integration. This isn't random. This is a coordinated, lightning-fast execution of a master plan. And believe me, they are backing this with serious cash. Ripple just committed $150 million to back RLUSD Liquidity with LMAX Group. Now, why does that matter? It matters because institutions don't mess around with small-time projects. They need guaranteed stability, they need deep liquidity to operate at scale. This move is a giant flare into the sky signaling to all the big money that RLUSD is enterprise-grade and ready for business.
Quick pause. This is Crypto Global News. If you are watching this without a subscription, you are missing the alerts that give you the edge. Seriously. The algorithm will bury this content from you next week. Click subscribe right now to stay on the timeline. Don't get left behind. And because this story is breaking faster than we can even produce these explainers, you need to be in our private Telegram for real-time intelligence. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or use the link down in the description. Get the updates before everyone else.
Now for the third front. While all this was happening, the Saudi deal, the RLUSD launch, Ripple was simultaneously conquering the West. They just secured a massive regulatory victory in some of the world's most established and toughest financial hubs.
This before and after tells you everything you need to know. At the start of the year, they were just another company navigating a tricky regulatory maze. By January 9th, they were fully licensed to provide digital asset payment services across the entire United Kingdom and the European Union. This isn't just a win, people. This creates a fully compliant global corridor connecting their operations from the Middle East straight into the very heart of European finance. So this brings up a huge strategic question, and I really want to hear what you think. Which move is more significant for Ripple's global dominance? Embedding into a future G20 economic superpower like Saudi Arabia, or getting full regulatory green lights in the established EU market? Get over to our latest community post and debate it. I want to see the arguments.
So, with all these massive wins on the board, what's next? Well, all eyes are now on the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse. And you shouldn't think of his upcoming Fireside chat as just an interview. No, this is shaping up to be his State of the Union address on the success of this entire global campaign. So mark your calendars. February 11th, 10 a.m. Eastern. He's going live on X Spaces, and the topic says it all, the macro shift in institutional adoption. This is where he's going to connect the dots between Saudi Arabia, the RLUSD launch, and the European licenses. It is an absolutely must-watch event.
In a specific note for our U.S. viewers, I know it's frustrating waiting for regulatory clarity at home, but do not let that distract you from the global picture. The international stablecoin race is on fire right now, and it is essential viewing. I've linked a deep dive on that exact topic. Click the card right up here on your screen.
So let's just recap the blueprint. Ripple has executed a brilliant multi-front campaign. They've secured a critical foothold in the future of Middle Eastern finance, while at the same time conquering the established regulatory landscape of Europe. All of it powered by a new, institution-ready stablecoin. This wasn't an accident. This was a plan. And it leaves us with one final, powerful question. With these critical hubs now locked down, which continent is next? We'll be tracking that right here.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.